Well, we're here at the farm. We're working on the Super A back here, me and my father-in-law, just trying to get it going. So we had to change the fuel line around, clean the carb up, everything else, put a new battery in, and we're just trying to check the spark plugs, make sure everything's good that way, and then we'll try and fire it up. It hasn't been fired up for quite a few years, so let's see what we can get out of this. In the meantime here, we're just still plugging away on the Super A here, but something that did happen, I didn't have my camera with me yesterday, but after 3 days, looked in the germination chamber, and this is what we got. So yeah, as you can see, 3 days they got germinated. They were starting to get a little bit leggy, so I made sure that I brought them out. We've got them in here. Got the furnace on in the greenhouse so that everything stays warm overnight. And that's a start to our tomato portion of our market farm. The kids were really excited to finally see something that we had. And actually, if I go to the germination chamber here, if you look, I don't know if you can see that or not. Let's zoom in a little here. Even some of our celery has started to germinate, and that's less than 2 weeks. So I would say our germination chamber is a success thus far. Well, I better get back out to the barn there and keep working on this Super A. I'll be back when we're ready to try and fire it up. Right now it looks like we've got a bit of an electrical issue. We tried to check for spark, doesn't seem to be any spark, so we've got to go get the multimeter and we can start following along and try and figure out where the issue is. This problem with sometimes tractors sitting for a few years, takes a little while to figure it out, right? So we'll get over and get working at that and see how we make out. Working on the Super A there, me and my father-in-law Roger, and I forgot my camera yesterday, but I did get a quick little clip with my phone. We got it running. Not exactly sure what was the problem, but we ended up getting spark, and it took right off. So now we're just going to check all the fluids, change the oil. Make sure the hydraulic fluid's all topped up, everything else, and in a short little while we'll be able to pull it out of the barn and just make sure everything's running properly and go from there. As for today, we've got a lot of peppers to plant. We've got close to 2,000 peppers that we're going to get started today, get them into our 72 cell trays and get them in the germination chambers so things can get started. Alright, so we take a look at our crop schedule here for 2021. We'll open it up. Today is March 14th, so we're planting all of our peppers here, a little bit more tango celery, as well as all these up here are 3 trays, 3 72 cell trays a piece, because we'll be doing 4 beds, 4 50-foot beds of each of these. We got 1.5 trays of each of these because we're doing just 2 50-foot beds of each of these ones here. So we've got all our seed packets, lots there. So first thing we'll do is fill the trays and get them all ready to go, and then we can start seeding. Okay, we got our trays together here. We got about 27 trays, so we're going to get started. Mom's out here to help us today too. Krista's not a real camera person, so you're not going to hear a lot from her, but she's going to be out here helping us. And we've also got Tucker the Wonder Dog out here to help us as well. We're going to get started. We're going to fill all these trays and set them aside, and then we can soak them and then start planting. halfway done filling the trays, so the other half to go, and then we can start seeding. Okay, all the trays are full, and we'll give them a soak, and just before we start seeding. Alright, we got all our trays filled, we got them soaked. We're going to get ready to start doing this. Krista's going to plant the Ace 1 bell peppers. I'm going to plant the Hungarian hot wax. She's going to do 3, I'll do 3. We'll switch out. Then Carson and Peyton can do the next 3 and 3 trays, and we'll just kind of divide and conquer like that until we get everything done. Alright, well, me and Mom got our peppers seeded here to start. Mom's actually going to go home and start making some chicken paprikash for supper, so we're not going to deny ourselves of that, so she can get going for that for sure. So we'll say goodbye to Mom for now, and me and Carson and Peyton will keep on plugging away. Alright, well, we got those ones done. Carson, you can do 3 trays of the Goddess, that's sweet banana pepper, and you can do the Crimson Lee hot pepper. Alright, go ahead and get started. Alright, so we've got 3 trays of celery to do as well, the Tango celery again. So Carson, you can do that one. And then Peyton, you're going to do 1.5 trays of each of the Flavor Burst. That's a yellow. I believe that one's the yellow bell pepper and a gourmet orange bell pepper. So you're going to do 1.5 trays of each. And I'll make a line on here so you know where halfway is.
Okay.
Well, there's that. So Carson, what did you think about doing the celery with how small the seeds are?
Not great. I didn't like it because they're just small.
Yeah, hard to see.
Yeah.
Yeah. And what do you think about doing like a split tray and the different color of the seeds you were saying?
Well, I noticed that the yellow seeds were a lot more like white than the orange seeds.
Yep.
The orange seeds were more yellow. And sometimes I would put like 5 in it, so it'd be hard to put it all in different cubes. But
oh, that's good. Okay, well, we've still got some more peppers. I think we've got 6 or 7 more trays to do, and then we can get everything watered and into the germination chamber. All right, so we'll get back to work, and we'll see you in a bit. Okay, and last but not least, we're going to do some Jedi jalapeno peppers. Just half a tray of that, and then we're done seeding for today. That's over 1,800 peppers planted and started today that we can get in the germination chamber, and hopefully in a few days they start sprouting. We can get them back out and get them growing. Okay, we're all seeded and we're all watered up. Time to get them in the germination chamber. Alright, we got all 22 trays of our peppers in there. I took out the 3 trays of Tango celery that were currently in there. We actually have a couple that germinated on there, just little tiny ones. Celery tends to like it a little bit cooler anyways, so I'm going to leave it out here. I took the ones out of the germination chamber, so we're going to have 6 trays of celery out here germinating in the greenhouse open. I keep the greenhouse at about 70, 72 degrees, so it's going to be more than sufficient for the celery, and the other 22 trays can stay in the germination chamber and get the best start they can. Actually, I had to quickly figure out how to throw an extra shelf in there so that we could get all the trays in there. But we got it in, and it all works. Okay, well there we go. Today we got 1,800 plants seeded and ready to go. It's been an eventful week here at the farm. We got the Super A running again. Again, I apologize. I forgot my camera that day, so I didn't get a lot of footage on us working on it. But I did get a little bit, and get a quick snap with my phone as we got it running. So we're just going to check a few things out on that and get it running, and then once the frost is out of the ground, I'm actually going to use that to set up beds, and I'll take you along on that journey as well. Well, so what did you guys think of seeding 1,800 plants opposed to just 4 trays last time?
It was a lot. I mean, my fingers were kind of hurting, but it was cool to see different colors, sizes, and different things of how the seeds look. It was different.
It was a lot more seeds in the garden for sure.
Yeah.
But other than that, it was okay.
Carson's super excited about all of this. All right. Well, that's it for this week. We don't have any more seeding to do for a couple of weeks before we get more starts going, so that's great. That'll free up space in the germination chamber, so we're not struggling there, because we do only have so much room in there. So maybe this week, as things start to germinate and start to pop up, I'll be able to bring you guys along. I can show the kids. They thought it was pretty cool once our tomato plants actually sprouted, and we've got those going, keeping them watered. So go ahead and hit that like button, subscribe, and follow us along on our journey on our first year family market farm. Thanks for stopping by, and we'll see you next time.